Hi guys, it's wash up time. I've got Skippy in here helping me. She's doing the wiping. I'm doing the washing. You can't see her because she's that side of me, guys. So that's the way we're going to leave it tonight. Right, I'll give you a rundown of what's happened today. I got up. I had a little bit of a lay-in this morning. I didn't get up till 5:15. I did knock the alarm off at 5, and I just rolled over and went to sleep. And I had an extra 15 minutes, so that was really nice. I've actually got up, got myself sorted downstairs, let the boys up the garden. I did have my breakfast first before I went out. I wasn't going to, I was going to shoot straight out, but I decided I'd have my breakfast first. Me and the boys went to a local beauty spot called Argafen and Spouses Vale Nature Reserve, which is near a village called Assington, which is just on the Suffolk side of the Suffolk-Essex border. And it was really, really nice. We were the only people there. I pulled up in the car park and my car was the only car there. And I had a jogger run past me, but he didn't come into the nature reserve. He just ran past the car, up the lane, past the car. And that's the only person I saw all morning. That was really good. That was unusual because usually you get up there and there's loads of cars and dog walkers up there, but nothing today. It was really nice. So we had an absolutely fantastic walk. I took a video and all you can hear is the birds, and there was a fox. There was a fox that kept howling out all the time, which Sooty kept stopping and trying to listen and work out what it was, which was quite funny. So eventually I drove home, got home and had a cup of tea and a Mars bar. Skippy got up shortly after that, which allowed me to get the bed stripped and get the bedding in the washing machine. I'd already got a load on the washing machine already, which I went and hung on the line. Now, come 10:30, Skippy goes to church. He loves church. So at 10:30, I drove Skippy to the church, and then I went into Sudbury and I did the charity shops. Yeah, you know what I'm like. I'm a terror. So I did the charity shops. I also done Greg's and I got myself a steak bake, which I brought back home. And I had my steak bake and a cup of tea. Then shortly after that, Skippy came back from church. I kept quiet about the steak bake for a little while. But I spilt the beans eventually. So I'd already eaten something. So my day was a bit kind of broken up because I didn't stop for dinner after that because I had to go and see Peter this afternoon. What we decided to do was we were going to do a bag show because a lot of people had asked us if we'd show more bags. And there's a lot of bags on the site. So I took the video, I put a picture of the site name up on the video, and I also added it in on the descriptions on the video. So you should be able to find the site via that. And we put the video on about the bags. That was really good. Now, shortly after that, I went to see Peter. Peter was fast asleep when I got there, which is nothing unusual. I woke him up by tapping his foot, and we had a chat. And Peter doesn't do anything and go anywhere. Unfortunately, Peter's stuck in his room. He can't walk. He has to go places in his wheelchair. So he can't actually get up and walk about. He can stand up. He's got one of those walking frames, a Zimmer frame. So he can stand up, but they don't like him to do that because Peter keeps falling over. So they've got a pressure mat on his chair. So when Peter gets up, it sets an alarm off. So the staff come running up to see what he's up to. The only problem is that Peter drinks an awful lot of water. And because of that, Peter has to constantly go to the toilet. And he's got a bottle. And he doesn't like to be seen stood there having a piddle. So when I go and see Peter, Peter will say to me, I hope you don't mind. And I'll say, you need to go to the toilet, don't you, Peter? He goes, yes, I hope you don't mind. I said, no, that's fine. So I go and stand outside his door and people have a piddle. And then they say, okay, all clear. And I go in and talk to Peter again. Well, he did that twice today because he just drinks so much water. He drinks water. He's got glasses and glasses of water. He just keeps drinking it. He's been told to. So I saw Peter. He was fine. The only way I can hold a conversation with Peter is to reminisce and to go over the old days, talking about when he was younger, what he used to do, and we get a really good conversation going. But to talk anything about today and what he had for dinner and things like that, there's not a lot of information coming out, so it's better to reminisce and get him thinking and chatting again. Anyway, we had a really good talk. Eventually I got home and Skippy was sorting out her handbags, some of which she's got to put on her site because some of it's new stock. So she was sorting that out when I got home. We did have a sandwich in the afternoon once I got back. That was the first thing that Skippy had eaten since breakfast. Although I think there might have been a Mars bar involved somewhere. Yeah, she's keeping very quiet about this Mars bar. Right, I've just got to grab some plates. Right, let me just squeeze past the camera, guys. So we had a sandwich, and then I fed the boys, and then we needed to go for a walk because Skippy hadn't got a lot of steps in. We both use step counters on our phones, and because I'd done the walk around Sudbury this morning, I'd got quite a few steps in anyway, so I was way ahead. But Skippy hadn't managed to do much walking because the weather was so poor. So we did a walk this evening. What we did was we drove to Northcroft, which is in Sudbury. It's the edge of the river. It's a position on the edge of the River Stour called the Northcroft in Sudbury. I think anybody locally in Sudbury knows what I'm talking about. So I parked the car there, and then I'd go for a walk, which I did. I walked around the town with Skippy, and then we ended up going down to the Mill Hotel, and we went into the bar. We had a latte and a cappuccino. Then we walked back down the banks of the River Stour, back to the car, and then drove back to Lavenham. And that's really it. That's how our day was spent. Once we got home, I sorted out the washing, which was in the tumble dryer, and Skippy sorted out the dinner. So we had a hunter's chicken and a salad and some garlic bread. And that was our dinner. It was absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of this came from Too Good To Go, which is a site you can register to, and you can get food from places like supermarkets that have got food that's just come to its sell-by date, and you can go and buy a box of food. I think it was about £3.30, something like that, and you get a whole box of food. Well, if you go on, you'll find this, guys. Too Good To Go. Log on it, and you can see there'll be supermarkets near you who do this. Rather than put food into the skips, they actually will box it up, and you can have this food for about £3.30, somewhere around there. And so that's where our hunter's chicken and our salad came from. And we've still got food left from that. We've still got loads of food left from that. So that's really good. Fantastic value for money. So that's what we had this evening. I did turn the boiler on so that Skippy could have a bath, and I've got to have a shower, but we've just left it too late. Time now is 22:34 hours, so it's just gone 10:30 in the evening. It's a bit too late to go and have a shower now, so I'm going to top and tail, as is Skippy, and we're going to have an early night and then can sort ourselves out tomorrow. So that's it. That's our day gone. The boys have been brilliant. The walk I took them for this morning, I just wore them out, and they've slept most of the day. It was a beautiful walk, and we did manage to get a dry walk. I've only got slightly damp when I walked back to the car when I've done my charity shopping. Other than that, I dodged all the showers. And that's it. I think I've just got dog's bowls to go, guys, and I am there. So that's how our day's gone. The weekend has absolutely flown. We did a charity shop in Thetford and Diss. Wasn't as successful as I thought it was going to be, because the last time we did those, I got a lot more items. But it was still good. It was a lovely day out. The weather was really good. It was mild, slightly windy, but mild. So yeah, all in all, it's been a really successful weekend. Next weekend's going to be slightly different, because Skippy's not going to be here, because Skippy's got a family event to attend. And so I'm going to be home alone. Poor April. But I've got plenty to do. I'm going to have a hit on my car because there's a job I want to do on my car, and it's a perfect chance that I can take when Skippy's away. I can get the car done and then it doesn't disrupt anybody. So that's what I'm going to do. Sort the car out next weekend. Whether I do it on Saturday or Sunday, I'm not quite sure yet, but I am going to do it at the weekend. And that's it. Right, I've just got a couple of plastic bowls to do, guys, and I am done. These all got to go in the recycle. And these can just sit on the drain. They haven't got to be washed up. These can just dry and then I can pop them in the recycle bin tomorrow. So it's just put the boys to bed for now, and myself and Skippy are going to go to bed because it's been a long day. More for me than it has for Skippy. So I'm going to sign out now. I'm going to put the boys to bed in a second. They're both, I don't know if you can see, no, you can't see them because the camera's too high, but Sooty's just behind me in the doggy day room and Snoop's on the sofa. Right, guys, I'm going to sign out now and I shall speak with you guys tomorrow. Okay, I've got to take the glove off now to turn the camera off. Right, guys, bye-bye.